You are listening to a special edition of the Frankton Eagles Report, a recap with Tipton Tribune and Elwood Call leader, sports editor Michelle Garmon, and post-game reaction with Frankton head coach Brent Brobston following Frankton's 67-47 win at Tri-Central, the Eagles' fifth consecutive win, all by 20 points or more. First, I spoke with Michelle Garmon, who covered the game for the Tipton Tribune and Elwood Call leader. Then I spoke with Frankton head coach Brent Brobston and got his reaction to another Eagles win. I'm your host, Greg Mengelt. Thank you so much for joining me. Coach Brobston and I have a Frankton Eagles report every Thursday where I get to introduce you to Coach Brobston and his team every week. I also have a new daily podcast called Greg and His Friends Talk Sports. It's me and my friends talking about what Central Indiana sports fans are talking about every day, sometime between midnight and 6 p.m. Weekends typically overnight or in the morning, weekdays sometime in the early afternoon. It's a lot of fun. Please check it out. Please stay tuned for Michelle Garmon, then Brent Brobston. All right, Michelle, fifth straight win for Frankton. How'd they look tonight?
They looked really good. I told Coach Brent Brobston after the game, excuse me, that I thought that they were really starting to play well, which is for a boys team, this is the time of the year that you really want to start playing well and really start connecting so you can just continue to build momentum into the tournament, which is just about a month away. So they look good. I'll tell you, I think for them, I think Frankton's improvement, rise, you want to say, I think you can trace it back to Blake Nickham. I mean,
Absolutely.
Blake Nickham is on both ends of the court. He is he's a tone setter. He knocked down threes tonight. He had steals. He had deflections. He had nice passes. In fact, I think my favorite play and one of my favorite, probably is going to be my favorite transition play of the year so far. I know it is so far, and maybe end up of the season. Nickham pulled down a rebound the other end or a turnover, I can't remember, but he outletted to Ashton Brobston, who just raced down the court, and he got it, and Ashton went up in the air, and really without coming down, he did a touch pass to Trey Bennett, who ran the floor down the, and he just laid it in. There was a foul and an end one. It was a textbook pretty fast break play. 1-2 pass.
And tonight, 23 points on 7 of 11 shooting, 4 for 7 from the three-point line, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks, and a steal. That's a game.
Yeah, you know what? And I'm telling you, I know they probably stacked him for a steal. I'm not so sure they didn't miss 1 or 2 steals.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. I mean,
a lot of deflections, too.
A lot of energy. And, he ended up fouling out of the game. He picked up 2 fouls in the third quarter to get 4 and had to sit. And Noah Melvin was in foul trouble the whole game, and he ended up fouling out too. But Nickham is just so good. And I think what he's done and him being able to knock down jumpers, and Eli Birch tonight, oh my gosh, his threes, he hit 3 or 4 of them, and none of them hit nothing but net. Just swished the net softly. It was a pretty stroke.
And the one guy who struggled tonight shooting, of course, was Ashton Brobston, 1 for 12 from the field. But even he had 10 rebounds and 6 assists. And as he gets better, this team's going to continue to get better.
Yeah, I actually talked to Brent tonight after the game, and I told him, I said, he said he would go back on the film and he's going to look because he's had a tendency to do it. I think Ashton's problem tonight was he's so tall and spindly legs. He's like a colt. But it was like but when he bent, he went forward, leaned forward, kind of stuck his butt out, and he shot. It was more pushing it than shooting it. So I think that was his problem tonight. He missed some layups but it's because he really didn't use the backboard. This kid, when in another year or two, when he gets powerful and strong, it's not going to be a layup. He's just going to go in there and flush it. And he is going to be a very good player. He's a really good freshman right now, but his best basketball is ahead of him.
What I really like, Michelle, about the way they're playing is defense. They are sharing the basketball, and they really go after rebounds, particularly Trey Bennett.
Yes, they do. Ashton Brobston was really good on the boards tonight, too, and battling it. Stansbury he didn't shoot very well tonight either, but he still had a nice game. The way they move the basketball, the way they share the basketball, it's nice to see it. That's the one thing they've done well all year. Even when they opened the season against their tough schedule, and struggled at times, they still did a nice job of sharing the basketball. Their problem was their turnovers at that stage. Yeah, they look good tonight. And I want to touch on Tri-Central for just a moment. Nice for them is they finally have JJ Koviak back. He missed some time with an injury to where he wasn't even able to practice. And Coach Cam Hyndman tonight said that you could tell a difference in the gym the first day that Jankoviak was actually able to return to practice. He said it was everything in our gym got better. The intensity got better, harder, just because of his senior leadership. He said that's what we missed the most when he was out with his injury. And he and Trey Bennett had a nice little battle inside tonight.
Been some rough luck for Tri-Central this year with injuries, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. Cooper Lanier's back. He missed time with a foot issue. Tri-Central is not very deep at all. They really are not deep at all. They're a team that they put it all together. They'll be fine. Their biggest problem is their three guards are all short. Logan Sargent, Cooper Lanier, and Brody Arnold. Now, Brody Arnold hit some big threes for them tonight, but they're all short. And Brent had told me after the game that part of their game plan was he was going to let them dribble drive because he felt like their length and their size, it wouldn't hurt them. And it didn't. Because that collapsing that length, they blocked shots if they tried to shoot it instead of pass it. They deflected it. Sometimes I think Brobston one time just reached out his long arm and corralled.
Who played well for Tri-Central tonight besides Jay, Michelle?
Logan Sargent also played well for them tonight. Jankoviak, Sargent, Arnold, Cooper Lanier only had 2 points, but he did a nice job of handling the ball a little bit. And then Diaz had 8, was active. But Tri-Central still, now with Jankoviak back and Lanier back, they're having to kind of reconnect on the floor. I think they'll be okay by the time the tournament comes. They could be a tough out especially if they're hitting shots.
All right, Michelle, thank you so much for your time. Everybody, go listen to Michelle on my new daily podcast, Greg and His Friends Talk Sports. We're going to be talking IU, Pacers, wrestling, and a little Frankton Tri-Central basketball. Thanks so much, Michelle.
You're welcome, Greg. Always a pleasure.
Before we get to Coach Brobston, I want to ask you to please do us a huge favor and like, subscribe, and share this podcast with a Central Indiana sports fan in your life. Welcome back, Coach. This is 5 wins in a row, back-to-back double weekends. Your thoughts on the way your team is playing after a big win at Tri-Central?
Yeah, I think we're playing well. Tonight we had offensively really played well. We had 20 assists, which is huge. And I think that tonight we lacked a little bit in our transition defense. I was disappointed in it. I was disappointed a little bit in our half-court man. I thought it should have been better coming off of a double weekend. You play Friday, so you're not sure how that affects your legs a little bit Saturday. But bottom line is those two things needed to be better. But we did pass the ball well. We had 20 assists, 10 turnovers. So I like that, seeing that part of the game. And I thought it was 2 nice wins this weekend for us.
It was a game you controlled, but the way your defense has been playing, it was not quite up to the same quality of the last few games.
I just didn't think we did a great job of keeping people in front of us, and I also didn't think we did a particularly good job of our transition defense. So those will be a couple things that we're going to need to hit early next week to kind of get back on track with. But from an offensive standpoint, we're shooting the basketball really well. We're moving the ball well, and that was good to see. So that was a real positive out of this game. But every game you're looking for things to get better at, and we've got things we got to get better at.
Well, one thing that's definitely gotten better is one of your seniors, Blake Nickham.
Yeah, he's been outstanding. Early in the season, he kind of came off the bench as the sixth man the first couple games, but pretty much proved within the first couple games that he couldn't be off the floor, and he's one of our top players, top scorers. You know, it's just hard to even find him a spot to be off the floor because he's playing so well. So try to get him a breather here and there because he plays so hard. He's really, him and Eli Birch are really two guys that kids nowadays, I think, should take a page out of their book. Both kids played JV last year a little bit. Birch played quite a bit of JV as a junior, and so did Nickham, and neither one of them complained, which is, you don't always get that nowadays. And both kids this year have moved into their senior year, and Blake Nickham's playing like an all-conference player, and Eli Birch is one of the best leaders I've had in all 18 years I've been at Frankton. Great for those kids, great for Nickham, and really proud of them because, again, they're two kids that didn't really worry about themselves. They've always worried about the program, and they've moved themselves up, from last year to this year and elevated their game to another level.
And Blake, 23 points tonight. And with him, it usually starts on the defensive end, though.
Yeah, his defense is just outstanding. I mean, he gets into passing lanes. He defends well in the half court, and he's just been tremendous defensively for us all year.
And has turned that defense into a lot of runs for your team.
He's not only is he defending at a high level, now he's putting up 15 to 20 points per game almost consistently for us. So shooting the ball at a high level, and he's really elevated to another level. And obviously we're super happy to see that for him and for our team.
And then single game this week at home, midweek game. What do you want to see from your team against the Tri-Titans at home?
It's going to be a very difficult game. They're 11-4. They've played really close with some teams. They started out, I think, 8-0. They've got a really good ball team. They put pressure on you the entire game. It's going to be, we're just obviously now getting to watch film on them to get ready for this game, but they're going to present some challenges that we have not seen this year. An up-tempo, pressure type team. That's going to be a difficult challenge.
And now we hit February, and I think this is one of the most important months of the season.
This is where you want to be playing your best basketball. And I feel like in our program, it's always been that way. And before I coached, I think Frankton's been known to be playing their best basketball coming sectional time, and always been a tough out for people. So we're moving in the right direction. We're going to be a tough team to beat come sectional and tournament time, and that's what we want to be.
I bet it was good seeing Michelle Garmon again.
Absolutely. Great to see her, and glad she was there at the game and able to be there.
And she and I will be talking about IU basketball, the Pacers, wrestling, and Frankton Tri-Central basketball on my new podcast, Greg and His Friends Talk Sports. Thanks so much for your time, Brent.
Thank you. Appreciate everything you're doing.
Thanks so much to Michelle and Coach Brobston for joining the Central Indiana Sports Report. Don't forget, we are podcasting every single day. Please come join the fun. Man, this music is never going to end. Central Indiana Sports Report is a product of ITG Media, and I love Susie in music now.